Welcome back, Minecraft fans. It's Punk D76 back in tutorial world. Today I'm bringing you elevators, item elevators. Junior, my partner in crime, asked me to do a tutorial on item elevators. So I'm going to show you how to, or different types, and basically how they work, and explain a few bits and how to make them different heights and all that sort of stuff. So proper try and break it down for you, show you how everything works and show you how to build them. So first thing you're going to need to do, go and smash that subscribe button and the like button. The like button helps out the algorithms within YouTube and will help the videos get seen, and the subscribe button will mean you don't miss any more of my tutorials. Secondly, let's go and check them out. Right, we have nice little first one here. You can raise it one, so you could remove this dropper here if you wanted to and put the chest directly on top and it will raise it one item. This one is fairly slow, but it's, if you've got a low flow of items coming in, so I don't know, say a tree farm, something like that, so the saplings are coming in, so it's not a fast rate, high rate of stuff coming in, you can get away with this one. This one works nice, very low on materials. You've got one comparator, one repeater, a couple of redstone and a couple of droppers. That's it. And basically the way this one works, so let me get some blocks, let's do that. Right, so the way this one works, the white shell cut is our input, so this will be off wherever your farm is. This is what we're going to use for input. Items coming through the hoppers. When it enters the bottom dropper, so when an item's in here, it will create a signal. The signal will get passed around through this through the block onto this redstone, into this block. The repeater, you need the repeater to boost the signal, because with one item in here, it will only create a 1 strength, which is that one. So we need the repeater to boost the signal, boost it round and back into the dropper. That will power this dropper. Okay, so an item goes in, redstone signal loops round, powers the hopper, passes it up. A dropper can be powered by powering the block next to it. So now think of this one as a solid block, or a block. So the fact we're powering this block means this one gets powered. Okay, so this one little signal will pass around and will actually power up both of these. So we'll actually do both. So let me show you. So I'm going to, in here, I'm going to put a stack of 64. So there you go, there's the signal looping round, as you can see. As you can hear, silent as well, which is good. And you see blocks going in and going up. Oh, they're passing straight through this one. And there we go. It's fairly slow. It's not a fast rate, but it's silent, it's clean, it's easy. And the items will pass through. Low on materials, good little elevator. The one downside with this, I would say, if you say this chest got full, okay, and you started getting items in here into these droppers, if you empty the chest, you will have to manually empty the droppers as well. This redstone signal stops. There you go, all 64 up there. So you have to manually empty these droppers to get it to restart. Okay, that's the only downside with this farm. But let me show you how it works. So take your droppers, place one. We'll go too high on this one, but like I say, you can do it with one. You could, if you wanted to, just place your chest right there. But we're going to go too high. So second dropper, crouch in place, second dropper on top. We put a hopper on the back, that is our input. Take your comparator and you need to aim it away from the dropper. So the two prongs are closest, single one away. You kind of got this arrow effect on the top, yeah? So that's aiming this way. Place a solid block, redstone dust, solid block. Now take a repeater And the repeater, you now need to aim away from this block. So again, you've got this kind of arrow effect, and it's aiming this way, down that way. Solid block, redstone dust. Let's not forget, let's put our chest on top, and that is the farm done. So you could come in here, let's whack that in there, and there you go. Away it goes. Blocks are going in, moving up to the chest. Simple as. Easiest little elevator, 2-block elevator, perfect. Or 1 or 2. If you want to go that little bit higher, we need to extend it. So that's what we've done here. So the bottom part is basically exactly the same. We've got the dropper, the signal will run round, and second dropper. But this redstone here will only power these 2. So we now need to power any others. So all we do, this redstone here will basically, by adding a redstone on top and a block on top, that will power through onto this redstone torch, and it will power this dropper, which will power this block, which will power that hopper, which will power this redstone torch, which does that one, and basically it works its way up. It just works its way up. So you can make this as high as you want. You could go 3, you could go 6, you can go 32, whatever you want. But obviously you're costing yourself a lot of droppers in this. So let me show you how to build this one. So again, let's go for droppers to start with. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go there. And we're going to place our chest on top, like so. Let's jump down, around the back with our hopper. This is our input line. You can have your input line on this side if you wanted to. Obviously, you can't go on these 2 sides because you've got the redstone line running round, but you can have it coming in this side. It's no problem. So again, place your comparator facing away from the dropper. Redstone block, a solid block, redstone dust, solid block. So all you're doing is creating this little loop round. So repeater, solid block, redstone dust. So that was, as before, is powering these 2. So now we need to move up. So we're going to do, place a block there and alternate blocks. Okay. Redstone dust on the first one, on top of this one here. So that will send the signal up to here. Redstone torch, redstone torch. If you wanted to carry on up, you don't actually need that redstone torch there, because that will power this block, which will power that one. When I originally done it, I made it a lot higher, but yeah, I think if you're going to be going more than say 4 or 5, it's not really efficient. It's the amount of materials. When you can start building those ones over there that are infinitely higher and a lot easier on materials. So again, there we go. That is that one done. Let me grab the blocks. There is one issue with this one. As you go higher, let's place the blocks in here. There you go. You see the signal going round. You get the initial clicks. Basically, if a dropper is powered and it has nothing in it, you get a click. And because the item, when it first hits here, the signal will actually run all the way up to here. These ones have got no items in, so that you'll get that click. But once the items start feeding up, as you can hear, it's now silent. Absolutely silent. And the items are feeding into the chest. With this setup, if you go, I think it actually on about six tools, so I might be able to demonstrate it here. So there we go, we finished, right? Okay, so because we're taking the signal from here and powering round and going up, as you can see, we've got 63. Okay, the signal doesn't get up fast enough, or doesn't repeat enough to get the signal all the way up, so you'll lose 1. But if you're transporting I don't know, your stone or wood or whatever, something like that, are you going to be worried about 1 block being lost? Not really, I don't think. It's not a major issue, because when the next one comes in, that's going to go up anyway. So you'll only ever have 1 in there. That's it. It's not like you're going to constantly lose an extra one every time. Once you've got one in there, next time you put more wood in or whatever it is, that will disappear and away it will go. Right, next one. So basically, this is the same, roughly the same design. So 2 high, but this one's a bit quicker. Okay. So if let me demonstrate. Let me put the wood in here. Our 64 blocks. So we've now got a faster flashing signal. Okay, so you can see the blocks going round, or the redstone signals pumping round. This is a little bit more heavier. You've got an extra repeater in here, a bit more redstone to make this one work. But again, it's silent. And moving round, and we should be. Yeah, let's see that it's a bit quicker with the items coming in. And 64 blocks in. So yeah, it's a little bit more on the redstone side. But yeah, this one's quicker. This would be my preferred out of these ones. But as you can see, it's a slightly. It's a 3 wide off there. Doesn't always work if you want a signal coming on this side. It's just another design. I suppose I'm trying to say it's another design. This would be my preferred design. Okay, so let's show you how this one works. Let's build this one. So again, we go 2 high with the droppers. You could do 1 high if you wanted to. It's entirely up to you. This time, because we're powering, as the signal comes round, it powers, the repeater powers this block. So like I said earlier, the dropper can be powered by powering the block next to it. So because we're powering this block, will power that, this one won't get powered. So hence we have to have this redstone dust on top, which will then power that one. Okay, so it's because you're powering the block next to it, we have to do things a little bit differently. But here we go, let's go. So we go dropper. Let's come around the back here. Let's place our input as usual. Right, this time, this is where this is different. We now need to place, again, we place the comparator facing away from the chest, but we need to put it onto negative mode. So we need to click it so this red light comes on, okay? You notice these ones don't, these are normal. This has to be into negative mode. Then we place a repeater. Because when there's one item in here, this will create a 1 signal strength. We need to boost that signal, and a repeater will do that. A repeater will take a 1 signal strength and make it into 15. So that's what we're doing. Otherwise the signal will not get back round to the dropper, so we're boosting the signal. Okay, solid block, and then we go redstone down this side, and so put it there so you can see it links into the comparator, and then down this side do 1, 2. We don't want it to link in this time, so we have to use a repeater aiming this way to put the signal past the comparator and into the block. And then we put 1 redstone dust on top. Where can we stand? Let's stand. Oh, stand there. Crouch in place. Chest on top. And that is that one done. So we put our 64 blocks in. And there we go. There goes the signal. As you can see, yeah, like I said, it's quicker than this version, but it is a touch more redstone. But yeah, it works well. So as you can see, the blocks are going through. There we go, 64 blocks. Absolutely perfect. So that is that one. So again, if we want to make this one higher, it's basically you do exactly the same as we did over here by placing a redstone torch with blocks, and it will power all the droppers next to it. So yeah, it's basically copying that, but with the different mechanism at the bottom. So let's build that one. So we take the droppers, we go up by 6, Have I gone 6 there or gone 7? Yeah, 6. That'll do. Take a chest, place the chest on top. Crouch, place. Jump down. Right. We need round the back for our input. There's our input line. Again, you can come in the side, on this one. Take a repeater coming out of that block to take the signal, and make sure you put it into negative mode. That's a comparator. Repeater, again, looking at the arrow, is aiming this way. Arrow aiming that way. We need that to boost the signal into the solid block. Put 3 redstone dust down this side, so it connects to the comparator. Oops, come around this side. 1, 2, and then, where's the repeater gone? There it is. Repeater to bypass the comparator into a solid block. And then what we need to do, crouch, let's go there, let's put some solid blocks on the side up. Redstone torch. Redstone torch, that is that. So there we go, there is our slightly faster block, elevator. But again, you see that you hear the clicks at the beginning, and that is because these droppers up here have no items in them. So these will click to start, but now the blocks are running through. These ones will be silent. They will stop. Back up top. Here goes a bit quicker. Getting through the items. This one, again, it's like I said with the other one, we occasionally get items left in. We've got 2 in this case. There we go. It's only because you're taking the signal from the bottom, running it around. So yeah, if you're just transporting your wood or your stone or something like that, it's not an issue, really isn't. And then again, when you put the next load in, these ones will move up. These, I would say 2 to 4 would be ideal. I think height, if you're going above 4, or even 6, I suppose it would be good. If you're going above 6, I really wouldn't bother with these ones. It's just you're using more materials than necessary, because we can build these ones. And these ones are, as you can see, it has 1 dropper and a collection bit at the top. So this is the basically passing items through solid blocks. Okay, so this is, if I remove these, as you can see, is solid glass in here. So we can use solid blocks, whatever. That is glass. It is just solid. So we can use. It doesn't have to be glass. I put glass there to demonstrate. What do I not need now? Let me do that. Let me get rid of these so I can demonstrate better. There we go. So yeah, these will pass the items through solid blocks. So again, let's go around and input. So 64 blocks in. Stand back, and you can see the items. Like I say, this doesn't need to be glass. I'm just using glass for demonstration purposes. You can use whatever items you want, whatever blocks you want, as long as they are solid blocks and you have this cross pattern. So basically, the one that you're going up through has to have blocks around it, otherwise the items will glitch out. And then we've got a water system at the top to pass the items over into a hopper. Open the chest, 64. So we're getting no losses on this. No losses at all. All the items are coming through, not a problem. So there's that. So let me show you how to build this one. So again, let's go back to the start. Right. Dropper. So again, we need 1 dropper for this, which is very handy. Oh. Crouch and place. Come around the front, place our comparator facing forward, put it onto negative mode. Repeater, solid block. Redstone dust down one side, 3 down one side. Then 2. Repeater facing this way. into a solid block. So the fact like I said before, we're powering this block, which powers the block, the dropper next to it, which is quite handy. So that is that part done basically. Then we're going to use, again, I'll use glass like I said before. Let me crouch and place a glass on there. So we can go as high as we want on this. So we go there. You do need, like I said, you'll need to place blocks all the way around. There. Because if you don't, the items will just glitch straight out the side. You don't, like I say, you don't have to be glass. You can use any solid blocks you want, and the items can run through. Take two out the top. So basically, your items you're putting into the dropper at the bottom will come out of this block here. So we now need to move them forward. So take this one out. We're going to need to do, let's put a temporary block there, chest there, get rid of that. Put a drop down, crouch place, and put a hopper into the back of that. You can do glass round like so if you wanted to. Obviously with glass on top of the chest you can still open the chest. I've done it with glass panes here, or blocks and a glass pane, but yeah, you can use normal blocks. Let's go to, I need a bucket of water. Let's go there. Place a bucket of water on the back so it's flowing forward on top of the hopper. You could do, no, I've noticed something I've done wrong here. Let's get rid of that. You don't want the, if you have a hopper here where I had it, as the items come up they will actually get pushed into the back of the hopper, so it won't come up all the way. So you must have that solid block. So I've done it wrong. Let's I've done that for demonstration purposes, so you can see how not to do it. Let's break that block out there. I'm glad I turned around and looked at that one. It would have been a poor demonstration otherwise, wouldn't it? Hopper into the back of there. That's it. So we've now got the blocks coming up, hit this one, and then we have got a solid block here. So that will now work. So as before, let's place our things around there like that, our glass. Take our bucket of water, place the water at the back. That's better. That's running full properly now. So you can have the water on top, or you can stop it one before. The items will flow in either way. That's it. Let's jump down. Place our blocks in the back, and as you can see, it all gets pumped up nicely. Yes, if this was the hopper, as I did the first time, the items you would see would drop and they would get caught here and wouldn't go all the way up. We need to get them up into that water. And that's it. Nice and easy. As you can hear, this is not silent. This is not a silent system where these guys over here are. But we do get all 64 items, and we can go up as many blocks as we want. We could go from bedrock to sky limit. Not a problem. Not a problem. So, this one, the water elevator. This used to be really easy to do. It's still fairly easy, but it used to be a lot easier, especially on bedrock. We used to put a water source up here, and it would flow down, get to the soul sand, and the soul sand would automatically, the bubbles would turn these all into water source blocks. Job done. And it was that easy. Nowadays we have to turn these into water source blocks, so there's an extra element we need to do with the kelp to turn these into water source blocks. So the fact you can build this with solid blocks, so use any stone or dirt or whatever, I actually prefer this one than this one, the water. Only because for that one element. It's silly for that one element. changes it. But this one looks nicer. If you say you wanted this in your build, in your castle or whatever you've built, you could have this as a focal point within your build. So same system underneath. The bottom part is exactly the same, with the dropper and the system underneath and the input. But now we have soul sand and water. I've only put glass panes here just to kind of for demonstration. But let's go around the back. Let's put our blocks in. And as you can see, the items go up. They go up faster on this one because the bubbles push them up. As you can see, they're jumping up quite nicely. You could put a solid block on top here, stop them jumping up. It's entirely up to you. But as soon as they land in, they're landing in the water into the dropper, and the items are coming in. There we go. And the last few coming up. And there's the 64. So it is lossless, or there's no losses on any of them. The items will always be there, but we don't get any stuck in the system. So there we go. I'm not going to show you how to build this one. It's a bit more faff. Everyone knows how to do water elevate or water bubble columns now. Like I say, the way the water bubble columns work nowadays, I think I prefer this one. And I prefer this system here for the lower ones, for the lower elevators. So there we go, simple as that. Well, thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope this this tutorial has been informative. You've learned a few things from this, and can take away and use it in your builds and adapt it to your own builds and stuff like that. But it's a handy little system to know. We all have farms we want to use and move items up to the chest, so they're handy little systems to have. So like I say, hope you find that informative. If you did, please hit the subscribe button. I would really appreciate it. Please hit the like button. Like I said at the beginning, helps with the algorithms, helps the videos get seen. And hit the notifications. Check out my other tutorials and my live streams I do. I live stream on Twitch, punkd_76, same as YouTube. And I stream, over on Twitch and on YouTube as well. So check those out. Thanks for watching, guys. Really do appreciate it. And I'll see you in the next one. Cheerio. Bye-bye.